Your business can only grow as big as you believe it's possible for it to grow. Are you thinking big enough? Today I'm going to highlight one of my favorite books and share with you how you can apply these principles to your real estate business. One of my favorite classic business books is The Magic of Thinking Big, and really the highlight, it starts off almost immediately and says that the most successful people are typically not the most talented people. They're not the smartest people. They're the people that have the ability to believe big. They think that possibility is there for them that really is a little bit different than what the average person does. So what I want to do today is this is a 50-year-old book. What I want to do is take some of the principles that were written in this book over 50 years ago and see exactly how they apply to our real estate business, because when we get to a place where we start thinking about how we can expand our mind, we make room for new growth. These principles will absolutely help your business grow, and it gives you the mindset you need to see that growth. The first principle is believe you can succeed and you will. The book talks about really the fact that when you believe you can do something, your mind actually goes to work to make that actually happen. It begins to filter things in a way that you can see new opportunities. You can see things that can maybe help you move to a new level. What is it that you're believing? Do you believe that you can do whatever number of transactions it is that you have in your goals? Have you met someone that's done that? Take the time to expand your thinking by finding other people that have actually done what you're wanting to do. There are very few people in this business that can't find a number of people, either locally or on YouTube or in other markets, that are doing what it is that you want to do. Find those people, spend time with those people, ask those people questions, because the second that you get to a place where you believe that it can be possible, all of a sudden your mind goes to work, your physical nature changes. All of a sudden you step bolder into opportunities that you see, because now you not just believe it, you know that it's possible for you, and your actions change as well. The second principle the book talks about is cure your excusitis. And excusitis is basically the fact that a lot of times people that don't achieve all that they can be is because they make excuses. They come to a place and they say things like, well, I don't know how to do that. We're now living in a world where everything is possible as far as learning anything. Saying I don't know how to do something is old, it's tired, it's past due, it's not applicable anymore. You can simply go to YouTube and type in how to, whatever it is that you don't know how to do, and learn how to do it through 3 or 4 videos, and very quickly become extremely good at whatever it is that you say you don't know how to do. Also, you may say, well, I don't have that type of, I don't have money to do those things. Money is something that people utilize to stop them, but in reality, everything can be done within one of 2 ways, either through debt, which is spending money, or through sweat, which is taking the time and outworking everybody else. Don't use the excuse that I don't have the resources, because you have everything you need to go out and make it happen. What are you making excuses about? What is it that you're letting in your mind hold you back, that you feel like you're lacking? When you come to a place where you start thinking about the things that you're lacking, and you shift that to, I'm not just going to let that stop me. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to move forward, and I'm not going to turn what I've been viewing as a negative into a positive. The momentum begins to build, and all of a sudden, now that momentum leads to more business. Number 3 is creating an environment for thinking big. Are you around people that think big or that think small? Because ultimately, our thinking is going to be shaped by those things that we input into our mind. Are you reading books that expand your knowledge and expand what you think is possible? Are you spending time watching YouTube videos for agents or people that are teaching you sales training that expands your ability really to perform in a better way, or it gives you a bigger vision of what's possible? When you create that environment where you are growing, I would promise your business is going to follow that growth as well. Number 4 is think right towards others. What can happen sometimes is we'll have one bad experience with an agent that just is unqualified and that just really doesn't know what they're doing. And because they don't know what they're doing, they end up shutting down or being a little aggressive or really just making it a horrible transaction. Make sure you're at a place where you understand there's some agents that are difficult out there, but you know what? You need to be the change. You need to be the person that is actually thinking good towards others, that starts it off with, hey, I'm looking forward to having a smooth transaction with you. Hey, thanks for letting me show the house. I'm looking forward to hopefully submitting an offer that maybe we get to work together. I'm really excited about the potential for us to bring your buyer and my seller together in a way that helps everybody have a win-win situation. You see, set the tone. Work towards building bridges instead of burning them. We are really in a business where we need need each other now more than ever before with all of the off-market deals that are happening, all the different things that are happening where things are coming on the market quickly. The better your relationships and the more you think big about building more relationships with other people in this industry, really the more room you have for growth. Number 5 is invest in your thinking. I think you're doing this right now. You're watching this video, so obviously you're searching for some answers and some things you can do to find yourself at a place where you can grow yourself and then ultimately your business. So what are you investing in? Are you spending time on videos, reading books? Are you spending time and investing your finances to get additional training? Instead of just waiting for it to come to you, are you investing and taking the time to go to a conference where you can hear bigger and different ideas that will expand your thinking? What is it exactly you're doing? Now, when we talk about investment, a lot of people go straight to money. It's not just money. How are you investing your time? Are you devoting a certain amount of time each day to grow your knowledge base? Are you investing your time to be able to actually have the opportunity to go to lunch with other top producers so that you begin to hear what they're doing? Are you investing your finances in books, in training programs, in investing in taking the time to go away and maybe spend some time with other top producers at a convention or at a sales rally? When we invest our time, what we invest in, we can expect for those things to continue to grow. Use small goals to create momentum is the next principle that we see in the magic of thinking big. They tell the story, a couple different stories. Sometimes we can think about our goals and think, oh, well, gosh, I'm going to have 50 transactions this year. I'm going to have 24 transactions, whatever it is for you. I need to make this amount of money. And we get so caught up in these big long-term goals that we don't have the opportunity really to break them down to daily things that we can do that we trust are going to lead to those larger goals. In the book, it tells this story of in World War II, there was one of the U.S. battleships, I believe, actually was attacked. They went into the sea, they're floating around, and as they were floating around, there was a group of about 10 of these soldiers that were there, or these sailors that were there. And as they began to float for a couple of days, there were sharks around, there were people drowning. It was just a bad situation. And literally out of the, I think it was over 300 people that fell overboard, there were only 10 that survived. And what they found is that they actually had one captain that actually, that was a officer there that had this group of 10 people. He had them all tie together, understanding that we're better together. He also began each day, he would start talking as everybody was in despair. He would talk to them about, tell me about your family. Began to focus on the things that were important to them. Began to give them, hey, when you get home, what's the first thing you're going to do? Began to shift their focus on what were those things. He began to say, hey, listen, we don't have to survive the next 10 days. We just got to get to dark today. Hey, we don't have to survive for the next 10 days. We just need to survive overnight. And he just began to focus them on having little wins, focusing their mind on things that was helping them move forward. And by doing that, that 10 were the only ones that survived roughly 10 days at sea. It happens also in the book. Dr. Schwartz talks about the fact that when he was writing the book, he knew that he needed to get a couple hundred pages written. And when he first started, that overwhelming of needing to do 200 pages just really was overwhelming, and he just couldn't get started. And then he began to focus on just taking the time to write one paragraph at a time. And each time he wrote a paragraph, he would then just write one more paragraph. So what is it in your business that you can do that can create those momentum? Don't focus on your big goals, the 5-year plan. We want to have those 5-year plans, so we're heading in that direction, your 1-year plan. But how do you break those down to a daily activity? How many conversations do you need on a daily basis to make sure that you meet your goal for the year? How many open houses do you need to sit? How many listing appointments do you need to go on? When you break those things down to a smaller place where you can get some momentum, it helps build the momentum you need to really fuel your business moving forward. Number 7 is think bigger. Just listen, somebody's going to have their best year this year in real estate. No matter what this market does, if it's challenging or if it's easy, somebody's going to have their best year. Why not you? Somebody is going to do a 20+% growth in their business. Why not you? Somebody's going to double their business. Why not you? What is it you're believing in your business? What do you think is possible? Is your thinking big enough? I would say, odds are, if you're watching this, your thinking is not quite big enough. Expand what you believe is possible. As soon as you begin to expand your belief of what is possible and you surround yourself with people that are also believing for larger things, now everything begins to move in the direction you want it to go. Think bigger and you'll get bigger results. A classic never goes out of style. The Magic of Thinking Big is a tremendous book. Now, it's over 50 years old, so there may be some things that are a little maybe just old-fashioned or maybe that don't apply today, but the core principles of thinking bigger for bigger results, they absolutely apply today. I hope this has been helpful, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. I specifically chose the video below for you because it builds on the one you just watched. I hope it's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.